Hello, my name is Tom Stiles, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show number 278. What you're looking at is my two Baofeng radios. This is the B5, and this is the 5R, UV-5R. And today I'm going to attempt to try to do some comparison testing of the two radios, both in reception and in transmitting on these two radios. Now, some basic differences between these two radios that I had mentioned in my previous video about these two radios is the B5 is advertised at having a 5 watt maximum output, where the 5R is advertised at only having 4 watts. So that's one difference. The antenna on the two radios is quite different. The antenna on the B5 is about 2 or 3 inches taller, which, everything being equal, that would make it better for reception and transmission, everything being equal. The other thing is this video has no resemblance to any scientific testing. It's purely empirical testing. It's a test of one, and therefore it's not a true sample. And there are a lot of factors that are out of my control. Weather conditions, the repeater conditions, how well the repeaters are working, influences on interferences from stuff in my room, a whole bunch of factors. So my point is, take all this testing with a grain of salt. If one radio is significantly better as far as reception and transmission than the other radio, okay. But if they're kind of marginal, both acting about the same, then I would call it a draw. So that's where we're going to go. So those are kind of some ground rules, shall I say, or whatever. So what we're going to attempt to do is let me back this up a little bit. Something I did when I tested the 5R is I did some antenna testing in a park about 4 miles from me, trying to get away from all the noise and interference here at my house. The problem with that is I had to stop and start the video so many times because people would walk by and ask me what I was doing. So I decided not to go back to the park, and I'm just going to do it from my office and just live with the interference. So that's one thing. So what I'm going to do is I've kind of taken my spreadsheet that I used before. Oh, geez. And guess what? I can't see it in the camera. There we go. That's a little better. So I've taken the channels and written those down. The two radios are programmed with the same frequencies and offset for these local repeaters. And I have, I don't know, about a dozen here. And then I looked them up on the Mac. You know, if I could talk, it'd sure help my shows. I'm going to look them up I looked them up on the map. Hey, where is it? Okay, calm down. And got the direction they are from my location. Most of them you can see are either south, southeast, or southwest of me. There's not too many repeaters north of me within a reasonable distance, and even this one is 18 miles away. So the other conditions is I'm in my office and I'm upstairs on the second story. My office is upstairs. So we're going to compare the capability of the 5R versus the B5 today. And here is some history of the antenna testing I did with the 5R, and this is the results of using the best antenna which was quite a long antenna, with the 5R, not the antenna, which is the stock antenna that I'm going to use today. So this is just kind of reference to me that one thing it tells me is that at this time of this testing, these repeaters were working and I was able to hit them. The no's means I wasn't able to hit them, and I do not know if they were not working at that time. But most of the no's you see, except for this one, were quite a long distance. So again, this test results was done with a different antenna on the B5, the real long one, the MFJ 1717S, which was, it turns out from the antenna testing, was the best antenna. And number two, it was at a different location. So here we go. Now, one thing I'm on right now, I'm presently on channel 77, which is a repeater east of me, and it's 21 miles. And there is some activity on that repeater right now, some people talking. And it's, let me pull these back up. It's very weak, but it's breaking the squelch on the B5, but it's not, I can't hear the audio except right then I barely hear the audio, but it's breaking the squelch, so I am hearing the noise. Now, I have this squelch set to 6, the number 6, whatever that means. I have it set to 6. It's, I think, 1 to 9, I think, on both radios. Now, whether that means they're at the same level on both radios, I don't have a clue. Not a clue. I just numerically set it to the same number. And what I've noticed this morning is the B5 is breaking the squelch, and I'm hearing real lightly the conversations that's going on that repeater. Occasionally, the 5R does open the squelch, and I hear some conversations, but it's only occasional. Now, right now, I can take and move these radios around and see if they make any difference. Oop. I hit the transmit key by my mistake. Okay. Now, now see, the B5 is still breaking the squelch, and the 5R, it is not. There it goes again. Nothing here. Now, as I mentioned in my previous review of the B5, that could be because of this longer antenna. So there's a whole bunch of things I could test here. But let's get back to my original intent of this particular review, which was transmitting and see if I'm hitting the repeaters. So I'm going to go back down to channel 58. Channel 58 is 4.6 miles from my present location. So let's start with the 5R, and I'm going to go down to, I said 58. Remember how to do it.
7, 6, 6, 6, 6, 5, 5, 8.
Okay. Now I'm going to turn this radio off, put it aside, and now I'm on repeater that's in channel 5, which is only 4.6 miles, and when I was doing my previous testing with the longer antenna, I was able to hit that repeater. So we're going to try that, and I'm going to take the radio off camera while I try to reach the repeater. Here we go. KE4GSK. Okay, I got the response back. Now, one thing you want to do is, when you're doing this type of testing, you don't want to just hit the transmit button and not say anything. That's called kerchunking, and it's really frowned upon. You want to give your call sign. So that radio hit that repeater, and I got the reply back from the repeater. So I'm going to put this one aside, and I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to give, well, this could take a long time. I'm going to try to speed this up a little bit. Okay, so that one gets a check mark like it did before. So he was okay. Now we're going to go to the B5.
Welcome. 76.
We're going to go down to 58.
70, 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, 60, 60, 60, 60,
I could actually key in a number, but I like playing with this knob. Okay, so we got this radio set up for channel 58. Both of them are set up for full power, high power, which is 4 watts on the other radio and 5 on this, according to the specs. So here we go. KE4 GSK. Okay. I didn't hit that repeater for some reason. Let me try it again. This is KE4 GSK testing. This is KE4 GSK testing. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know if because I've already hit that repeater a couple of times that now it's not giving me the signal back that I've hit the repeater. Except one time I did the chunk and it worked. Okay, so it hit that repeater. The signal was much more understandable on the B5. So they both get a hit on the repeater that's only 4.6 miles away. Again, I'm using their stock antennas. Now we're going to jump up a little bit to a longer distance. We're going to go to channel 75, which is 7 miles away, which I was able to hit in my testing before. So we'll go to channel 75. Trying to speed up this test a little bit. Turn this B5 off. And we will go to 75.
5, 6, 6, 6, 6, 7, 7, 7, 5.
Okay, I'm on 75. And we're going to try it. This is KE4 GSK. Okay, I didn't get any acknowledged back. Typically, the repeaters, if they haven't been used for a while, they will give you some kind of acknowledgement that you hit the repeater. Either a series of tones, or they'll actually have some synthesized voice that says something. So I'm going to try that one more time. KE4 GSK. I didn't hit that repeater. Now that repeater was 7 miles away. Again, and the other problem is where my office is in my house, it's on the north side of the house. So most of the repeaters are south of me, so I've got the rest of the house between my radios and the repeater. So that's something that might be negative. I got to move on here. I'm never going to get done. Okay, so that was 75, and that was a no for the 5R. So we'll turn the 5R off, and we'll turn the B5 on.
Welcome.
And we're going to channel 75.
50, 60, 60, 62, 60, 60, 60, 66, 67, 60, 60, 70, 70, 70, 73, 70, 75.
Okay, 75. Here we go. Whoops, helps if I hit the right button. This is KE4 GSK testing. Okay, I didn't hit anything that time. Let me try it one more time. This is KE4 GSK testing. Nope, I'm not hitting that repeater. So that's a no for both radios at a distance of 7 miles and southeast of me. Okay, let me really jump up and go to 80. Well, I'm going to go to 83, which I was able to hit in my previous testing, and it's 12 miles away. Now, also in my previous testing, the location I was at was about 4 or 5 miles from where I'm at now, and it was south, meaning it was closer to those repeaters that are south of me. So it was closer. Okay. Anyway, we're going to go to 80, and I'm going to start with this guy first since I've already got him turned on. We'll go up to
76, 77, 78, 79, 80.
80. Okay, we're at 80. KE4 GSK testing. KE4 GSK testing. Nope. And the other thing is, I do remember that most of these repeaters did give me some indication that I had hit the repeater. But we're striking out today, and maybe it's all location. So that was 80, and that's a no. Now, I'm going to jump here. Well, I got to do the 5R first. So let's turn this one off. Turn this to 80.
7, 7, 7, 8,
Okay.
0.
KE4 GSK. Nope. That's a no. Not looking too good for my testing this morning. May have to repeat this testing back at the park and just hope there's not too many people around. Okay, I'm going to do one more because we're almost up to 20 minutes on my video. And we're going to do 70, which is north of me, and it's 18 miles. So let's go down to 70. I push the right button here. 70. Okay, we're at 70, and that repeater is 18 miles north of me. So here we go. KE4 GSK. That's a no. Now, that particular repeater I did not test when I was doing my antenna testing. So I don't know if it's active or not. That's the other variable. Okay, so we're going to turn this guy off. We're going to do one more test. And we're going to go do a repeater 70. See, repeater 70.
79, 78, 77, 76, 70, 74, 73, 72, 71, 70.
Okay, we're at 70, and here we go. This is KE4 GSK testing. Okay, no response there either. So that's a no. Whoa. Now, I don't think that's really somebody transmitting. I think that's purely interference. Okay, so I'll put a no there. So this test is not very informative, shall we say, but I did it anyway. So I was able to hit, the only repeater I was able to hit this morning was southeast of me, and it was approximately 4.6 miles in both radios. Everything else was a no. I could, let's see, we're up to 19 minutes, so I got time to do one more test, and I'll do this one that's in between, which is 5 miles from me, and it's due south of me. So I'm going to try that one. That was channel 74. Okay, here we go.
Channel mode.
Okay, 74. Oops.
4.
Okay, we're now on channel 74, KE4 GSK. Okay, I was able to hit that repeater with the 5R, so we'll turn that off. Turn the B5 on.
Welcome.
And we'll go to, what did I say, 74.
71, 72, 73, 74, 75.
Okay, so we're going to try it. K for GSK testing. Yep, I did get a short beep indicating that I hit the repeater. So that one hit the repeater also. So those are 2 yeses. Like I say, this testing is not scientific at all. So the conclusion this morning is that 2 close repeaters, 4.6 miles and 5 miles, I was able to hit, again using the stock antennas. Now, some other testing I can do is I can use the best antenna that these results are from and see if that makes a big difference. I can try that, but I'll do another video because I'm already up to 20 minutes on this video. So, bottom line, not too conclusive. Didn't really see that much difference in the 2 radios, the 2 repeaters that I was able to hit. They both were able to hit. The ones that I tried, that with both radios, neither one could hit. A lot of conditions that are out of my control. So I think I will go back to the park and repeat this test at the park using the stock antennas again, getting away from my house, getting away from any of the interference and the fact that most of the repeaters are south of me, and try it again. Also, I will try repeating this test using the MFJ 1717S antenna, which was the best antenna when I did this antenna testing. That will take me a little longer because I have to take that one antenna and switch it between the 2 radios. So that'll take a little longer. So that's the show for today. I'm sorry it's not a little more scientific and conclusive, but I tried. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.